It is time to anoint the Papa Legba Veve that I've made tonight using Dragon's Blood ink. Which is some great stuff. Really feel the power of the Veves or any sigils you're writing, anything like that, when you're using Dragon's Blood ink. Of course, I used a very thin paintbrush, and I wrote it on some regular sketch paper. Usually you want to write it on parchment or something like that, but regular sketch paper is what I think will be best for tonight when I go to a trail crossroads and light a candle for them and sit in front of this Veve. So what I'm going to do is just kind of sprinkle some sandal powder on it to kind of anoint it with the type of energy I wish to anoint this Veve with. Kind of let it to kind of attach to the ink while it's drying. I'll dump most of it off, but just kind of want to give that extra bit. And you know what? I think I'll go ahead and add. Got a great playlist, by the way. I'll go ahead and add some oil of gladness, which is kind of just anointing oil, basic anointing oil. It's unscented. So it's kind of like olive oil based, but the most basic you can get. You can find it at any Catholic supply store, though I'm not Catholic. I use many Catholic supplies. I'm more on the pagan half of Vodou. But anyway, I'm going to be anointing this with this as well. Never set up anything like this. Anyway, because it's very precarious. Just to let you know. Anyway, Papa Legba. Papa now, Mama now, le flick, Papa now. Mama now, le flick, Papa now. Mama now, le flick. Soon to be used. Soon to be recognized, soon to be a conduit to a Legba. I will see you in a little bit. Thank you for watching.
Well, everyone, the late night trip of the damned has begun. There ain't no lights out here at all. I'm about to hit a forest trail. Not sure if I'm about to go on this one or... It's kind of hard to see from where you are, but that looks like the double track trail. I think I'm gonna hit that one because there's another smaller track trail that way, but I'm not exactly sure where it's at. So let's go ahead and go down this trail. And once again, there ain't no lights out here, man. I got this shock light, and I like it because it's wide. Like the light itself is, what it projects is pretty wide. I'd rather have it like that than see further in front of me. It looks like I'm not seeing shit from your angle, but from mine I can see quite a bit and further than my camera can pick up. But it's really cool right now. It's pretty damn quiet except for a few insects. And this should lead me to where I want to go. I'm looking for the crossroads in the trails. And I would like to mention that years back, well, even now to a certain degree, I'm still afraid of the dark. Well, when I was schizophrenic, well, I'm still schizophrenic, but when I was schizophrenic and not medicated years back, I would see things, shapes, and everything that I feared come out of the darkness. Eyes, tentacles, hair. I think the Grudge and the Ring kind of screwed up my my fear of the dark, really made it worse. That was many years back. But I'm moving forward, and I will not stop until I have completed There's a spider that just, I'm not sure if you can see it. Yep, you can see it. Spider that just spun his web. I'm gonna try to go around that because I ain't having no business with spiders. But yeah, there's some things that has made my fear of the dark worse. And every time I come out here, or any forest trail, I still walk forest trails around my house when I'll find them and walk them. I feel like I'm conquering what has held me back for so long. Conquering that fear that was really, in most ways, pointless. And this is one hell of a way to do it. I'm gonna record for quite a bit. I'm not sure how long it'll take me to get to where I'm looking for, because walking it is different than riding it on a mule. But I'm pretty comfortable with this land after riding on the mule for a while today, and then, well, earlier today, technically yesterday, and then walking it. I feel pretty confident where I'm at, and then that's kind of what I'm interested in. Tell you one thing, years back you wouldn't catch me dead doing this, but well, unless somebody dragged me there. But it's a one-track trail. I'm sticking to the two-track right now. And we'll, you know what, this is a pretty good little crossroads area. I'm liking this little piece right here. One way that way, small track way, and then two-track way. I think this will actually do for what I'm trying to do, so I'm going to set up and then I'll start recording again. And then we'll continue our walk. Thanks for watching. I'll be back in a sec. Papa Legba, Papa Legba, Papa Legba. Legba, 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 Papa, 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 Papa Legba, Papa Legba, Papa Legba. Buen Sevilla, Papa Legba. Buen Sevilla, Papa Legba. Papa now, Papa now, Papa now. Legba, Papa Legba, Legba, Legba. Papa now. The frick, Mama now. The frick, Papa now. Buen Sevilla. I meditate in your name, Papa Legba. At this crossroads, upon which paths intertwine, fates are spun at such crossroads. Lovers won, lovers lost. Spirit found, spirit lost. Deep within the ocean of our minds, the subconscious of man, of the ocean of the ancients, we find ourselves. Even in the darkness, there is light, and we create it this night, that all may benefit, that every single human being may stride arm in arm and conquer not the jungle and the forest without, but the jungle and the forest within our hearts, cleared well by brave souls, accepted by kind souls, and walked ultimately by every soul. There is no person that does not walk a path with crossroads. Human beings have decisions to make every day, every moment, really. And when these decisions are made, our strength is proven. And what we need to do to preserve that strength is known. What we need to do to love one another is discovered. All comes back to the crossroads, where decisions are made. Karmic reward, karmic punishment, both known because of what is decided upon such crossroads as happen in our lives. There is no peace without danger. There is no love without loss. There is no truth without falsehood. And we all awaken to feel the truth in our lives, that others may understand through empathy. And we encourage this empathy through our spiritual acts upon the crossroads, choosing love upon the crossroads at every decision leads us down the right path. There is no one who can take the decision from us. There is no one who can help us if we make the wrong one. We must both be encouraged and gratified by our decisions and punished by them. These are our choices. These are the natures of humanity and what we must do for one another. If we are ever to always show our children and our kin the right path to take when paths converge. Papa Legba, you are the lower of crossroads, the lower where truth can be found, decided upon, chosen to follow. And Papa Legba, you are with us all, the old man with keys to other dimensions, the old man with a cane, though he need it not. But Papa Legba, you seem old, you seem weak with the cane, you seem diseased at times when you appear to people. Why is this? I think that it is to show that it is a reflection in our hearts, the disease that is within, that can be overcome with the right key into the right lock at the right crossroads. Pain, death, these are fuels for the fire of spirit. The spirits that rule our head, our love, our paths, they all converge at a place where you control Papa Legba. Papa now. Papa Legba. Papa Legba. Papa Legba. 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 Papa now. Lead me, Papa Legba, to the right paths. Lead me to truth. And help me help others to find the right path. Hail, Papa Legba, lower of the crossroads. Papa Legba now. Papa Legba. Papa Legba. Well, boys and girls, it is said by magicians and different spiritualists of all kinds that after you do a ritual, after you do a certain magical working, that you're not really supposed to look back at what you just did. That you're not supposed to, turn away from the path ahead as you're going away from whatever, ritual, whatever action magically or spiritually you just did. And it's good advice. And I didn't take it this time. Let's see if I can straighten you up a bit. There we go. I didn't take it this time, and without really thinking, I turned back, and about 30, 40 feet away from where I was, my light hit this really white thing. It could have been a tree that was just completely different than the other trees around it. Could have been, maybe a mesquite, whereas the other ones were oaks and didn't reflect a lot of light. But the tree that I hit, if it was a tree, looked a lot like a spirit that was really reflecting white. My shop light hit it, real good. And I saw that reflecting back at me, and it looked like a spirit, and it was inside me. I was like, oh man, I really shouldn't have looked back.
this doesn't mean that it's going to be a problem for me. And I think it was just Papa Legba really looking through that gateway that I kind of created a little bit, or that little crossroads between the worlds that I kind of acknowledged, and thus it was a gateway. I didn't really have any problems walking back, but I didn't look back again. And the whole time in my heart, I was just like, oh man, I just want to get back. I just want to get away from, I didn't really feel threatened. It was just a little unnerving. I didn't feel like something was going to hit me or stab me or anything like that. And well, I guarantee, even though this is my ritual blade, this would probably not work against powerful spirits. Now, I don't know if it was Papa Legba, I don't know if it was a tree, I don't know if it was a different spirit, and there's a whole lot of other explanations it could be, but I'll tell you one thing, when I was walking back, I knew that if I started to walk more quickly, then it would just inflate the distress that I kind of had a little bit in me. Now, in my head, I was just like, it's probably just a tree that was lighting up from, it's probably just reflecting off of a mesquite tree that's a little bit shinier than the post oaks and oaks that are almost, everywhere across this land. There's very few of anything else. There's Mexican plum trees, which are amazing. There's this little grove that I'm going to go to tomorrow when it's light and kind of film this, do a little video there, because it's like these short trees that are probably like 5 or 6 feet high, and they're all in this circle, and there's nothing around them, even though it's completely, by nature. It wasn't man-made. It was just like this little grove of Mexican plum trees, and there's like this spot in the center of them, and they're not very much taller than me, if taller than me at all. I didn't really get a great look at them. I'm not good at telling the sizes of things. But they have this, kind of space in between them that's kind of like a little fort. And that's like this little grove that I'm going to go to. But regardless, getting back to what I was talking about, it could have been a mesquite tree, and it could have been a spirit. But, in my heart, I was just like, don't look back again. Nothing good came of looking back. You've heard all the advice. You shouldn't look back. Like all the magicians and spiritualists that I, read books from or watch videos from say that, and I think it's a good idea because you don't really want to question in your mind what you've done. You just want to leave it back there, did your ritual, you're done, and walk away. And it wasn't even a big ritual. It was just kind of an acknowledgement and really me talking about Papa Legba to you. And I'm not sure if you'll see this video before the one that I did when I was sitting there against a tree at that little path crossroads with the candle and a few other implements. But it was a ritual that really helped me channel a lot of things that I don't feel like I knew before I did it, even though it was a small ritual. And a lot of stuff coming out of my mouth really felt like I was getting new information, and that was interesting. That's what I like to feel. That's what I like to hear out of my own mouth. And that's when a ritual is going pretty well, even if it's just a minor ritual. But hey, my advice, don't look back after you complete a ritual. If you feel something running at you, then look back and draw your knife. Or, if I really wanted absolute protection, I could have brought a gun. If I wanted absolute protection from like boars or people, that's, 1 in a million chance some crazy person just running through the 40 acres of this plot of land for some reason. But I was really bringing this knife, not really to take on boars, but to, it's my ritual knife, and I have a name for it, and I'm not going to tell you, but it's really something that I like to carry with me, because it gives me that sense of authority, not necessarily to other people or to living things, but spirits recognize as certain badges of authority, which I'll get into in other videos. At any rate, thank you very much for watching. Don't turn back after you do a ritual, and I hope to see all of you in the future, and these videos will be up very soon. Did that video around 2:30 a.m., something like that. And it's very dark out there, as you'll see in the video. But all of you, take my advice. Have a great day.